At the beginning of season 4, we were promised answers. Well, sort of. What we really got were a lot more questions. Well, loyal Sky One viewers, I'm on a quest to find out all of the answers, and I promise you will not be disappointed. And look who we've managed to track down to talk to us. We've got Alan Dale, who plays Charles Widmore.
They're always asking me all the time, what's happening next.
Michael Emerson, a.k.a. Bad Boy Ben Linus.
Ben will eventually be revealed to be a heroic character.
And would you believe it, we have the head honchos of the Lost Universe, creators and writers Damon Lindelof and Carlton Cuse. Trust me, nothing goes on in Lost without these guys.
Wow, it's confusing, but I think there's probably more to come.
It sure is.
There's a million things going on at once and we don't know the answers to any of them.
How important is Mr. Wigmore?
Is Ben a good guy or a bad guy?
Who's Jacob?
What is the black smoke?
Time travel. What's that all about?
Who does their hair?
All valid questions, I think you'll agree, which we'll do our very best to answer in the show and hopefully make the writers sing like canaries.
Lost is absolutely awesome.
You never know where it's going to take you.
I have to say I'm probably #1 fan.
Just a fascinating show.
It's got that factor to it where you have to watch it next week.
I end up watching it and then I'll get the box sets and then watch it again and again and again.
Are they dead? Is it an experiment? Is it supernatural? Is it the future?
It just blows your mind.
We all love Lost. It's undeniably brilliant, but undeniably frustrating. And the first big question is, are they making it up as they go along?
We've been saying for quite some time, that we know where we're going. And before we announced that the show was going to end at the end of Series 6, essentially the audience kept saying to us, do you know what you're doing? Or are you making it up as you go along? And the thing that the Flash Forwards did was we basically said, yeah, we know where we're going. And here, look at it.
I'm one of the Oceanic Six!
One of the most clever things about the show is the whole flash forwarding thing. I remember watching the end of season 3, just sitting on the end of my seat, just thinking, no, finish! It was what I thought was a flashback, and it was Jack and Kate, and they were I think Jack was drinking a lot, and he was like out of control, he's taking prescription drugs, and you see Kate, and they're standing outside a car, and he goes, we have to go back to the island, and it sent shivers all over my skin, so I just thought, oh my god, that's a flash forward.
We have to go back!
That's the first time we saw it, was the end of season 3, so it kind of sets you up for season 4, just thinking, now we're going to be seeing a totally different aspect of the show.
By virtue of saying we're fast forwarding, and you can now flip to the last page of the book and choose if you want to go back and see how you got to it, suddenly we get this trust back, which was sort of huge for us and incredibly liberating for the show.
One of the characters gaining prominence in season 4 is Charles Widmore, father of Penny Widmore, nemesis of Ben Linus, blah blah blah, enough of all that. We gained exclusive access to the London set as seen in the season finale.
Let's sketch this out. I'll tell you what we're going to be doing. Alan Dale is doing Spamalot in London. So we had to come here to shoot him for episode 9 and for a scene that is going to be in our finale. Okay, here we go, everybody.
Excuse me, Mr. Whitmore?
Yes.
So Lost, it's one of the best programmes on TV. There's never a dry seat in the house when it's on. And then, how can you make it better? I tell you what, let's get Jim from Neighbours in there as Mr. Wigmore. But what is he doing there? You look at him and you think, I think this guy is going to be important to the plot.
You remember the name Charles Widmore, don't you?
It's Jim Robinson from Neighbours, who Alan Dale, who seems to be in pretty much every American series that ever gets made these days. I'd love to have his agent.
G'day, Jim. Jim from Neighbours was exactly the same age I could think of as now. I mean, he's not aged. This island's amazing. It's great for the skin.
Is Mr. Wigmore God? Why was the island stolen off him? What is going on between Mr. Wigmore and Ben?
Who Mr. Widmore is a
big question going into season 5, and what role he will have in the future of the show, I think, is one that viewers should pay close attention to.
I like that you call him Mr. Widmore, and you're being deferential, like, ooh, let's...
He's scary to me.
What's great about Widmore is we introduced him as basically a foil for Desmond. He starts out as a character who's basically, you know, the typical overprotective dad, stay away from my daughter, and he has evolved into, you know, one of the most important characters in the uber mythology of the show. So, you know, we have only yet to begun to peel the onion that is Charles Widmore.
It's a very big onion.
And it makes you cry when you peel it.
Important character in the uber mythology of the show. He must know what's going on. Will Allendale spill the beans?
We fly blind a little bit in this show because everything's so secret. Because people want to know all the secrets. They're always asking me all the time, you know, what's happening next, and I have no idea, which is just as well because I'd probably tell them.
Come there!
Damn! Foiled by Jim from Neighbours. Put that down as a failure.
The thing about Ben is that when we first met him, clearly evil. But then you kind of liked him, and then he got beaten up and I felt sad for him. And then his daughter died.
Where are you going? I have to say goodbye to my daughter, John.
He's kind of being nice, but he knows too many of the secrets. And also the way Lost goes, they can make you think someone's really good. And then at the last few episodes, make him almost like the devil. So my question is Ben really good, but also never trust a man?
Hello, Jack. We need to talk.
I don't know if this is a naive notion that I have, but I still cling to this idea that Ben will eventually be revealed to be a heroic character. That we have been, for the purposes of the story and the purposes of the writers, we have been led to think worse of him than we will eventually. But maybe that's just one of those traps that every actor falls into, thinking that, oh, my character's a fine fellow.
Ben's one of those people that you do start off hating him, but then you realise what he's gone through and you empathise with him, and then you hate yourself and you feel dirty for loving him. So I can't work out if he's good or bad.
This is where you shot Locke and left him for dead, huh?
Yes, Hugo, I was standing right where you are now when I pulled the trigger.
We knew that Ben would be an important character right from the get-go. The whole idea that we had was that our guys capture another, but what they don't know is that he's the leader of the others. We had a safety trap in case the actor wasn't good.
By safety trap, he means we would have killed them.
But
you've seen us use the safety trap before.
As I stayed longer and longer, and they wrote more and more for the character, I thought, well, there's more to this than meets the eye, because I just assumed that he was a balloonist from Minnesota.
Yeah, that's all very well, Ben, but could you just tell me what's going to happen?
Well, I wish that the actor, knew what the sort of uber agenda is. My sense is that Ben is fighting a much larger battle, or you might also say playing a much larger game.
A bit evasive. Let's try him later.